Hey guys, it's me, MMB, Mighty Max Boxing, and today I have a bright, up-and-coming young fighter with a lot on his plate in the future and a really good fighter. We have Jesús Ramos with us. Thank you so much for coming on. I'll just be asking him some quick questions, and right away, how are you doing, champ? Just wondering how everything's going. With you and training camp and all that. How's it going for you?
Good, man. We're doing good. We're back in training. We came back. Yeah, we took a week off, and we're already back in training, staying ready, working on our mistakes, and yeah, just we're staying in the gym, man.
Awesome, awesome. So you're saying you're training. Does that imply that soon, within the upcoming months, you'll be back in the ring for your fans to check you out again?
Yeah. Hopefully, sometime in May. That's the plan. Hopefully, sometime in May, if not early June.
Awesome, awesome. You told me how recently was just your birthday. I want to say happy birthday to you, champ. I truly appreciate you coming on. So since it's your birthday, can you tell us three birthday wish fights that you'd like to see in the sport anytime within the next year or two?
I would like to see. I saw the rumors of Jaime Munguia and Charlo. I
Uh,
would love to see that fight. Spence versus Ugas. I mean, no. Spence versus Crawford. My bad. Spence versus Ugas already happened. Spence versus Crawford. And I heard Chocolatito was moving up to 118, and he was planning on doing that. So Inoue versus Chocolatito would be a badass fight, man.
yeah,
I'd like to watch that.
excellent, excellent selections. And this is a personal one. Throughout your entire career, from now to the end of your career, who are three dream fights that you'd love to have yourself in at some point?
You know, sometime later down in my career, I'm gonna face guys like Virgil Ortiz, Ennis, and those are all bad fights, man. Even Xander Zayas, he's at the
Yeah,
154 pounders.
yeah, I know
So
Zen.
all those,
That'd be great.
yeah, yeah, all those guys, man, the bigger fights.
I respect the ambition. You already seem to be a fighter with throwback mentality that's willing to face anyone. Why do you think a lot of these fighters in the sport don't have that mentality, and what separates you from many fighters in the sport of boxing?
I think I don't know, man. I think what it is more of social media. People want to impress. People want to live a life that isn't theirs, and I think that's why. But I think what separates me is that I just like to compete, man. I like competing. When it gets tough in there, that's when I like it the most. When I have to really think and figure my opponents out, I think that's what I enjoy the most, and that's what separates me from everybody else.
And I honestly think what helped drive that competitiveness in you is you and your brother Abel Ramos, and how has he helped you, transition into the sport, and how has he helped you as a fighter in general?
Man, he's helped me a lot. I've been sparring him since I was 15. He was always there for advice. He was always there, for sparring, everything. Being in the ring with him, like I said, was also very, very tough when I was so young. I had to think a lot more, and that's kind of what, like you said, helped me, especially in training camps, man. Even when we're just training, I always try to work as hard as him, if not harder. And I mean, that's what's made me better.
Mhm. For sure, he's been a great fighter throughout these years, and I know for sure it's been beneficial to have him by your side. You fought on two pay-per-view cards, if I'm correct, as of late in the
Yeah.
past year. How are those experiences, and how is it different fighting on a pay-per-view card compared to a regular card?
Yeah, that's different. There's a lot more attention. There's a lot more nerves, of course, knowing that it's a bigger card. It's a bigger card, and you got all that much pressure on you. So I mean, it is different, but at the end of the day, we have to get the job done, and that's what we're looking to do each time out. But yeah, I mean, I'm just appreciative that I'm getting these big opportunities at such an early stage of my career.
For sure, for sure. Would you ever down the line? I know you're from Arizona. Would you ever love to sometime in your career headline a fight in Arizona, either on
Yeah,
free TV?
yeah, man. Of course, either or. That'd be big. That'd be huge. I went to the Benavides fight when he fought here just recently. I think it was late last year. Not sure what, like November, October, and it was great, man. I mean, the fans loved him. So, hopefully one day we can do the same here in Phoenix.
That would be excellent. I know the fans would definitely come out to support you. You're definitely their biggest guy up and coming at the moment. I'm wondering, just personal note, what do you do to take your mind off of boxing whenever you need a break from all the tension and from all the stress the sport causes? What do you do almost in a way to take your mind off of it temporarily? What hobbies?
I like to just travel, man. I like to go out to the beach, stuff like that. For my birthday, we actually went to Rocky Point. It's like a 3-hour drive. But I've been to Los Cabos and places like that, where it's just peaceful. It's peaceful. You're on the beach and just learning different things. Being somewhere else. Talking to different people. But yeah, I mean, usually, like this weekend, I was supposed to get away from everything, and I was still watching boxing. I still had to watch the Chocolatito fight. So it's
Yeah.
always there, man. Yeah, boxing is always there for me.
Chocolatito, a true legend, one of the best fighters as of late. Every fighter should aspire to be like him with that throwback mentality. You're at 154, and there are a lot of nice fighters there right now. What do you think about the Charlo Castaño fight happening in May? You don't have to tell me you think who's winning. If you do, you can. But what do you think about it as a fight, them fighting for undisputed, them showing true guts, and it being just an exceptional fight for the fans?
Yeah, man, those are the type of fights we need. Those are the type of fights the sports need, and that's what. So those are the fighters I look up to because those fighters are trying to leave a legacy, and they're kind of leading by example in fighting the top guys in their weight class, and those are exciting fights, man. And those are fights that you look up to. I remember when we were little, we would look up to, De La Hoya versus Mayweather, Marquez versus Pacquiao, all those fights. And there was a time in boxing where you wouldn't even look up to fights like that. And now you got these fights and you're looking forward to them. You're looking forward to watching them and getting together with your family. So, those are type of fights that the sport needs to be making and I applaud those guys for making that fight happen.
Most definitely. We'll definitely be expecting to be in those type of fights down the line. I heard that your nickname is Mono or Mono. How do you pronounce it?
Mono, yeah, Mono.
What's the origin of that nickname, and what does it mean for you?
It's my father gave it to me, and it's just like cute. My dad would always put sunglasses on and a hat when I was a baby, and I would always leave them on. So he called me Mono, like cute, like I would. It's yeah, just Mono for cute. That's what he called me.
Now, you mentioned how when you were younger. When did you get into boxing, and what was your story? How did you get into the sport?
I was around. I was always around the sport. My father had the gym in the garage. He trained my uncle, so I was always around it. But I started taking it more serious when I was like 4 or 5. But I mean, I couldn't compete amateur, so I would train, and sometimes I wouldn't, and it was just like I wasn't disciplined because of the fact that it's not like I was gonna fight, and my uncles, they were fighting every weekend, tournaments and whatnot, and I was watching this and I wanted to compete, so I kind of got distracted from it. I played soccer, but when I turned 8, I came back and I was training hard, and my dad noticed it, and he let me compete. I was 9, about to turn 10, and I had my first amateur fight, and it was big for me. I loved it. I fell in love. I really had love for the sport, and I fell in love again with it.
Do you have any crazy stories about any amateur fights? Anything crazy happening? Anything truly memorable?
Yeah, man. My dad he always matched me up tough. For my second fight, he matched me up with like a 6-time national champion. He was like super crazy fights. He had like 100 something fights, and I only had 2. And this was at a normal event. And I remember before the fight started, they called us up and they were like, "Hey, man, your fight only has 2. This guy has like 100 something fights. You sure you want to continue?" And my dad was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And I lost by 1 point. I remember I
Oh,
lost by 1 point, but yeah, it was a good fight, man. But yeah, my dad always matched me up tough, and yeah, it was good, though, good experience.
definitely seems like his method definitely worked out for you. It could definitely tell, once you got to the pro game, you were truly ready. Before we wrap this up, I want to know some advice that you give to some of these fighters in the amateur scene, or just any young fighter, any person that wants to get into the sport. What advice would you give them in training and in fighting in general?
I would give them to never give up. I would tell them never give up. I would say, there's times where it gets tough, and you want to quit, but just keep working hard. If you truly love it, keep working hard. It's all worth it in the end, and everything pays off, man. If you stay true to yourself and work hard, everything pays off, man, and everything has a reward.
You're correct, most definitely. Now, where can people find you on social medias? Just tell them your name for all those accounts.
Man, Jesus Ramos Jr. _ on Instagram, Jesus Ramos Jr. on Twitter, Facebook, and Jesus Mono Ramos on YouTube, man. I do some vlogs from time to time about my training camp, and I'm not very good at it, but so I got a couple vlogs up there.
Oh, thank you so much for coming on. It was an honor to have you on here. I'll definitely be looking forward to the rest of your career, and I'm wishing you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you, man. Appreciate your time, bro.
Of course, have a good one, brother.
All right, brother.